Hello, thanks for joining me for another review. Today we've got a beer from the De Dolle Brouwers out of West-Vlaanderen in Belgium, and this is their Dulle Teve, which is a Belgian Triple, then coming in at 10% ABV, and that is apparently, according to the bottle, a mad bitch on the cover. Or the label, should I say. So, yeah, 10% beer. This is actually bottled on June of 2017, so it's a 2017 vintage then. So it's not quite 3 years, but yeah, getting on that kind of way. So, yeah. So it's a 330ml bottle, served store cold or cool. It's been in the fridge. I've taken it out about 2 or 3 hours ago. Get it up to room temperature. Hopefully it won't explode everywhere, but yeah, there's the old bottled on date on this one. So, bottle opener. Hopefully it won't go everywhere, but we'll see. It's getting a bit silly. Not crazy, but we've got a glass here ready. There we go, it's not too bad, look. It's just about wanting to come out. So we're going to use a Chimay glass, just because I haven't got anything else really. It's lively, of course. Belgian beers, really. Yeah, let's give it a tap. Get all that extra bubbles off the side. So yeah, beer in a glass. It's kind of a dark orange, if you like, with a one finger, just over a one finger. You know, very enthusiastic head on this beer. But yeah, lots of particulates floating around. You see that? Just swirling around with the carbonation. So we'll leave it at that for now. There's still a good 1.5 inches in this bottle. So we'll leave that just to settle. And we'll pour the rest out slowly in a bit. So, Belgian triples then. I've not had a massive amount of them, to be honest. I did have a quick look, just so I was curious. I've actually had 10 previous Belgian triples, different ones. Not all from Belgium. Some from some craft beer breweries that have done a Belgian style triple. But yeah, I mean, Belgian style triples generally a higher ABV beer. Although I've noticed 1 or 2 are a bit lower, but yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. So let's get an aroma then on this bad boy, 10%. Wow, very kind of perfumey, Belgium-y. Yeah, very kind of, yeah, perfume, Belgian funk, you know, that funkiness you get sometimes from the yeast, well, a lot of the times. Quite sweet, almost like a candy-like sugar. Maybe a touch of honey even. But you know, very inviting kind of aroma. It's one of them. Let's tuck into this, you know, sort of aromas. Definitely picking up a sweet kind of malt. A little bit kind of spicy, maybe white pepper or something. Let's go for a taste on this thing then. Cheers. I've had a few beers. I've reviewed 1 or 2 beers from this brewery. So what I've had from them have been absolutely fantastic. And this is, you know, this is the same. Wow. So straight off, the first kind of taste note that's hit me. Very sweet. Sweet, but not overly crazy sweet. It's like a sweet that sweet malt, Belgian-esque sweet, with a, it's a 10% beer. There is that general feeling that the alcohol presence is there, but it's not like a burning ABV. It's more of a intertwined with the body and the malts, big bold flavours, perfumey, rose bed kind of effervescent, kind of in your face aroma and taste. Candy sweet. It's not really honey on the taste, it's more on the aroma, an impression of honey or nectar or pollen. Do you know what I mean? It's got that summer kind of, through a meadow, kind of sweet aromas of wildflowers kind of thing. A little bit spicy, not crazy spice, but definitely a spicy white pepper kind of element to the beer, which you kind of expect really. You get a lot from Belgian beers, not just this style of Belgian beer, but yeah, quite a lot of others. And it's one of them. It's just it's dangerous. I mean, it's got a beautiful flavour, as I've already said. The ABV is kind of hidden well. There is elements there that you can just tell that it's a big old lump of a beer. But yeah, it's going down really nice, very smooth, body wise, upper end of medium, not one of them big full bodied things, which is surprising for a 10% ABV beer, for me at least. But very, very smooth. I wouldn't say creamy, but it's definitely a sipper. I think you have a few mouthfuls, oh, this is great, and then you're like, hang on, wait, hold your horses, handbrake, respect it, enjoy it. It's like I do all these Belgian beers that when I get to try them, it's like I really like to breathe it in and really kind of almost like get to know the beer. If you're buying one of these beers and just necking the bottle just to get drunk, it's kind of a waste. You know, there's plenty of other beers, if that's what you're into, you can do. Don't do it for something of this quality, you know. It's one of them beers. It's just, and I think in actual fact, I put that to pretty much all Belgian beers. You don't want to chug Belgian beers. I mean, this is just me, of course. I don't chug beers anyway, but I know a few people that like to chug a beer. And it's just, to me, it's almost disrespecting the quality that it is, from my point of view anyway. But if you want to do it, fine. But, you know, for me, yeah. You can chug a cup of tea if you want, you know. Not a hot one, don't do that. This is a beautiful beer. It's really it's warming, but not in more. It's more of a hug than any of that kind of burn, or you know, that real sharpness you can get. And if you go for stupid stuff or spirits or something like 10% beers, a lot of people I know get put off by a bit. Oh, it's 10% as a beer, but yeah, but some people drink a bottle of wine. You know, what's that? 12-13%. They don't batter an eyelid when we talk about beer. Oh no, you beer shouldn't be that strong and all that nonsense. But I don't know where I'm going with this review, but I'll give my final thoughts then. It's just a well-made beer. It's just so well balanced. There is a touch of bitterness, but it's not crazy. And it's not crazy sweet either, so that tells me it's a very well balanced beer. I know that these beers can generally stand up. I think there's East Kent Goldings brewed in this beer, so I mean, apparently I've done a bit of research on that, and there is an area of within this kind of beer, at least, I don't know about others, but it can pretty much stay the same bitterness, etc., from the hops, etc., for about 3 years, and then you can actually age this beer and it loses its bitterness. Possibly up, you know, 10 years you could age this beer with East Kent Goldings in it. Yes, that's right. But yeah, cracking beer. So we'll leave it at that for this beer. Go out and try it for sure. Let me get up on Untapped then and see what these guys scores on the doors. I didn't even give my score, did I? I'm going to give this beer an 8.5 out of 10, so it's a 4.25 on the Untapped. Over to Untapped. Excuse me. This is not the. I could give both actually. I'll give both. So the generic. The generic one on this then, Dulle Teve, which I think is Dutch, incidentally. I'm not 100% sure there. It's a Dutch. I think it's a Dutch name from a Belgian brewer. So this is had on the generic one on Untapped. So 26,730 check-ins. It's had 133 in the last 30 days, and it's had 21,441 ratings, and they're coming at 3.81. So I'm a 4.25 then for me. So this actual vintage then is had 378 check-ins, and it's coming in at 3.93. So there you go. And it's out of production, of course, because it's 2017. So anyway, let me know if I've had this one before from the Brewery De Dolle, or De Dolle Brewers, or Brothers, or whatever it is. I'm butchering it up already. I've probably given it about 5 names in this review. Dulle Teve, which is a Belgian Triple. Yeah, if you get it, check it out. Long review, I know. Thanks for watching then, if you got this far. If you're new, please subscribe. Bottom right hand side of the page, as you can see, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.